Hi, today we will try many Durin teams. He works with almost anyone and is a great addition to your account. Consider trying some of these teams yourself if you got him. All builds are at the end of the video. Starting off very strong, we got a Chongyun melt team, which was kind of a joke request, but I made it work. In this team, we're melting Durin's burst hits with Escoffier's skill and Cryo Infusion on Durin from Chongyun. I need to point out that my Escoffier is C2R1, so it adds to the strength of this team. I wouldn't recommend it though. If you have Citlali, you could try using her in a similar double cryo team. Wriothesley melt with Hexerai Resonance because of Sucrose. It's a good team, but again I need to point out my Wriothesley is C1, so he does more damage. We're using Durin's dark form because he can't shred resistance against Hydro or Cryo. Here is a similar team with Wriothesley, but instead of Sucrose there's Emilie. It's good if you have her. Wriothesley will do less damage, but you exchange it for a bigger sub DPS damage. Ganyu melt, the classic Ganyu melt, but with Durin and Sucrose. When I got Ganyu, I was maining her, and I really like her gameplay, but now I can play it as well, so excuse that. My Ganyu is also C1, but it does not help her in this team at all. Her build is also pretty bad. Now we move on to Electro characters, and there's gonna be a lot because the Overload team is a great archetype for them. We're using Durin's light form so he can shred resistance against Electro. Clorinde is also C1 and it helps her a bit. Now another Overload team with Clorinde, but instead of Fischl there's Yae Miko. This was a request. The team with Fischl will perform better because of Hexerai Resonance. Keqing actually surprised me. She performed pretty well, but her build is rather mediocre. I don't know why I did the skill 3 times for fun, I guess. I really like Keqing's playstyle. The team with Raiden is pretty comfortable because of the energy refund from her. Just make sure to use all bursts for Raiden stacks. Now time for Flins with Ineffa. Again, my Flins is C1, which I regret, but it is what it is. It slightly helps him, it just reduces the cooldown of his skill so you can do it faster. Now Flins with Fischl. This team is weaker than the one with Ineffa, but it's still pretty good. Time for Chasca. My Furina is C2, so it helps it a bit. Later I do the same team with AIno instead of Furina. Also I realized this team has no healer, so don't try it at home. When I checked my build, I saw that Chasca was not on 4-piece obsidian, but now I corrected it. This time with Hexerai Resonance because of Fischl and Durin, and with Chevreuse C6, this is why it works really well. Here is the team with Chasca and AIno. It surprised me, it performed pretty well. Okay, what am I doing? I could have used the ult. Here's a team with newly buffed Venti. My Faruzan is C6, which I know is not accessible to everyone, so the next team I try is with Sucrose, which was a request. You made YouTube? Yes, I did make YouTube. Here's the team with Sucrose. Instead of Faruzan, Sucrose is on 4-piece scroll, which will add some damage bonus to Venti. My Venti artifacts are pretty bad, so if yours are good, this team will perform even better. Here's a very cool team with Durin, Furina and Mona. It works because of C6 Bennett, and it's so good that I could barely even get to Durin before the boss died. Because of my C2 Furina, I wanted to try the same team with Yelan. If you don't have Yelan, you can use Xingqiu. Here's another request, Mona support on field. I changed Bennett to Shilonen because Bennett would not help Durin in this team since he is not on field. Here's the same team but with Mona on a DPS build. Neuvillette with Mona because using him with C2 Furina would be too much. Here's a silly team, kind of an old wheelchair core. Make sure to use Chongyun's burst after Furina, not before like I did here. There we got to one vape on the plunge attack. Arlecchino vape team with Durin instead of Bennett. My Arlecchino is C1, so the numbers are going to be higher than a C0 Arlecchino. Here's another Arlecchino team, this time Overload with Chevreuse. As you can see, this team completely destroyed the triangle. Here's another Chevreuse team, but this time with Durin as an on-field DPS because of C6 Bennett. Mono Pyro with Xiangling. This team archetype is quite old. I feel like after Chevreuse, no one really plays Mono Pyro because why would you? Now time for Mavuika Overload. There's no Hexarai resonance in this team because Mavuika needs Nathan characters to fill out her burst. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do the new Mavuika combos, I just know charge attack dash. Yoimiya surprised me too, she was able to comfortably kill this boss before he went into the next phase. love this team. This is one of my favorite teams. Oh, here I'm trying to get a 5 particle, but failing to do so. And then I just give up and do Navia's skill. Anyway, this team feels really good to play. I really like it. Albedo would be better in it, but I don't have Albedo, so I use Chiloman. Now we move on to the Dendro teams, Burgeon to be exact, this time with Neuvillette. If you have Furina, you should use her in this team instead of Mona, but like I said before, my Furina is C2 and this would greatly inflate the numbers. Here's Burgeon double Hydro with Xingqiu and Yelan. I really like this team, but Durin on an EM build feels kind of cursed. Here's a similar team but with Nahida instead of Lauma if you don't have her. This is actually the last team that I tried. Now, time to show off all the builds that I used. That's all I prepared for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any suggestions for videos that I should record, make sure to write them in the comments. Bye!